What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given, and Excalibur plus Holy Grail, two really powerful tier 7 treasures that are both individually capable of just totally transforming your board and allowing you to create some really powerful endgame comps. And when you put them together, well, it's just over. You just win the lobby. It's basically as simple as that. You can probably figure out what I'm going to do with those treasures at the end of this one, though I will say the journey to get there is probably not what you expect. I think the journey is definitely the fun part of this video. I'm going to be trying some things that I don't typically try, playing kind of an offbeat comp to potentially my detriment, but we'll figure out a way to make it work. And also, we're not going to be dreaming into Horde Dragon. We're playing the Mask to start this game off, but we're not going to be Horde Dragon. We're going to be a pretty powerful character that I've done some pretty busted stuff on in the past, but I don't think that I've ever had this combination of treasures. I was looking through my archives on YouTube, and unless I named it something totally different, I searched my channel for Holy Grail and Excalibur and could not find a game where I had both of those together. So if you think you remember seeing me play this at some point, let me know, because I could not find it. But we are going to wind up dreaming on 3.0 into Phoenix Angel. I think that Phoenix Angel is a great dream target because you get that immediate value out of it, and you continue to get value out of it, and then you can dream out of it in the late game. But I do think that Phoenix Angel is one of, if not the most powerful hero in the game. Consistently has just been extremely powerful for me, and recently I've started to think that it's Goldilocks, obviously with that huge Goldilocks win streak that I had, though I don't know, I think that it just might be Phoenix Angel. Phoenix Angel is really strong, and that's going to give us the strength and the flexibility to both try some silly things as well as just getting a lot of strength and a big lead in this lobby. So definitely some thanks to that. I'm going to wind up picking up a Polywoggle pair. That's something that I've definitely talked about before on Phoenix Angel specifically, that the strength of the hero allows you to mess around and try to find some leads elsewhere, because you get big power spikes each or every 2-3 turns once you hit those level up points. I think I'm looking to sell something off here so that I can wake up a Sleeping Princess and grab a 9/9. So that seems pretty good. And then going to wind up backlining the Brave Princess. Maybe you get the double slay out of that, probably not. And then next turn, probably just going to be looking for Polywoggles pretty heavily, as well as filling out my board. I still need to put one more high-level character into it. Attacking into the Stag, some really good attacks there overall, but unfortunately we just slightly lack the stats and wind up taking a little bit of damage for it. And then, yeah, I thought we grabbed the Polywoggle pretty quickly there, so we'll be able to pick that up. We have Noble Steed to help us slay with Brave Princess. It does mean that we'll be grabbing a tier 4 treasure instead of a tier 3 treasure, but that's fine. I think that that can also be quite powerful. And then I'm going to wind up moving the Stags behind this Baby Root. But this looks like a really good start to the game. Next turn, we're going to grab another good character for free off of Phoenix Angel. Maybe interweaving, calling that Snow Angel occasionally. There's some sticky memory of wanting to call that Snow Angel, but yeah, Phoenix Angel, apologies if I said the wrong thing, allows me to pick up another good character next turn. And I think that we're already doing really good on the board. The Stags are going to help us slay with the Polywoggle, and ultimately we're looking strong, attacking it from a few different angles here. The Brave Princess should also be able to slay. That grabs us a tier 4 treasure right now, and we do take a little bit of damage down to 23, kind of unfortunate. We also grab a Soul Tack, which isn't the best pickup, But then we get to grab a Coin of Sharon. I think Coin of Sharon or the Three of Swords both could have been good for this turn. And then we also have Blaze of Glory just to send Polywoggle over the edge here. And from there, I want to sell off one of my characters, probably just the Soul Tack. Oh, I like the Polywoggle here too. Okay, that's fair when we have the lead to just pick up the Polywoggle, but I wanted the Friendly Spirit from this shop. So going to wind up locking onto, or picking up that. And then we've got some interesting things in the shop that are kind of silly, but also kind of synergistic with some of the other things we got going on. And from my perspective right here, even though I'm at 23 health, I think I can afford to be silly. Main thing is we're probably going to be slaying with this Polywoggle this turn. So that is going to be an upgraded level 5 character, and that should really help us in terms of just adding a lot of raw strength to the board. By the way, I put my Friendly Spirit there in slot 1, so that way it could get the Coin of Sharon buff, but unfortunately my opponent's Lightning Dragon is able to take out my Polywoggle and totally trash my Blaze of Glory. So a little bit awkward, but here's the silly stuff that I was talking about. Copycat, Monster Book, Cinderella. Very silly, certainly, but it seemed fun enough to give it a try. And then we find another Copycat here, and you'll notice the other thing that I'm doing is I'm cutting the Polywoggle. I'm going to play to the strength of some of my other characters. We're a little bit low at this point. We're down to 13 health, and I will maybe revisit this Polywoggle once we get to 5.0. But for right now, let's try to play some strength on the board. You can also only do one silly thing at a time. Right now, the silly thing that I'm trying to do is use Copycats to trigger Monster Book to activate Cinderella and grab a tier 3 treasure. I've definitely done some combination of some of these things before, but definitely not all together. We're definitely getting a little bit silly with it here. And Copycat is going to get that first attack. So we take out a few nice units from my opponent's side of the board, and Copycats are also getting those coins as well. So that's a little bit awkward. My Cindy gets attacked into, so Cindy does not get to activate this turn, though it did still get some nice bonus triggers from one of the Copycats, and we can activate it relatively easily just with one more spell cast. There are some other cool things in this shop, and I'm also going to spend some time here to activate Cinderella, and then I'm going to pick up Treasure Map. The other things weren't super exciting for me, and then I'll pick up Monster Book plus Friendly Spirit, and we could lock onto a Nutcracker. It does seem a little bit weak going into 5.0, though it will give us the tier 7 treasure, because Nutcracker's 4, the questing treasure is 1, and then the treasure map is 2. But what I said before, I only want to do one silly thing at a time, and I am going to make the silly thing the Polywoggle next turn. Now, one other thing that I could do here is potentially put the Friendly Spirits frontline, so that way they could grab the Coin of Sharon. I just thought that this board was stronger, and we can't afford to lose. We're only at 6. So unfortunately, I can't really make use of the Coin of Sharon. I've got to try to get those Friendly Spirits to land on each other with the Copycats, because that's really the only way that I'm surviving any of these turns. And we are going to wind up surviving there. We take get some damage onto the Trophy Hunter, and from here, the plan is to try to find some room to put in this Polywoggle. We get Baby Bear for free, not super exciting, and then I am just going to grab Friendly Spirit. While I'd love to pursue a tier 7 treasure, again, too many silly things at one time. So I'm just going to go for the Friendly Spirit triple, and that is actually going to give me Pandora's Box. So that's pretty nice. We get to grab a tier 7 treasure from that regardless, and we're actually playing up against the Ghost. I can't remember that I played this game a while ago. Can't remember if I realized that at the time, if I knew I was playing up against the Ghost, but either way, we will try to slay with the Polywoggle this turn. Maybe my opponent won't be be playing any characters. I don't know how quickly they died, and we'll activate the Pandora's box here. So still not a bad trade-off to have a tier 7 treasure on 5.1. That tier 7 treasure is going to be the Excalibur, which allows me to pick up an upgraded copycat, and then I Masquerade Ball, and that allows me to find an upgraded Hercules here on 5.1. So a really, really quick turnaround. We are on 6 health. So I have to make sure that I'm playing the best board that I possibly can, and I think that that probably looks something like this. I do still kind of want to get away with playing the Polywoggle, and I think that I can. I think that with a 51-51 Hercules, we're decently strong, and then it's just a matter of will Friendly Spirit land on the Polywoggle or not, and ultimately I don't know if we really get anything by playing these copycats, especially because we should probably just have been taking more advantage of this Coin of Sharon wherever we can. But I think that the 51-51 Hercules is going to give us some flexibility to take more advantage of the coin, and then I'm also playing this 28-28 Gingerbread Knight. You can see I wind up not playing the copycat that we just purchased, so maybe that was a waste of time, but the important thing here is Hercules can immediately activate super easily. That gives us a whole tier 7 treasure in just one turn, and that is going to be our Holy Grail. So we grab Holy Grail on 5.2 going into 6.0. Pretty straightforward stuff here. We don't need the questing treasure at this point in the game, so I'm going to toss that, hang on to the coin, and I'm going to dump the Polywoggle at this point. I've been trying for it all game. We picked up that first Polywoggle on 2.2, but we've got a Holy Grail Excalibur coming out next turn, so I just have to focus on winning and put all of my strength into that. We can pick up Golden Chickens, those are free, and then I'm going to pick up a Lady of the Lake, add some more health onto our larger characters. Nothing really worth True Love's Kissing there because we didn't have any upgraded tier 5 stuff, so wasn't going to mess around with that, wasn't going to True Love's Kiss my Friendly Spirit or my Polywoggle. That just wouldn't have been enough juice there. And then I just finish off the turn by picking up an Arthur and a Toil and Trouble. Arthur is a 10-10 that gives +4/+4 to itself and 2 other characters, so that's 22 power worth of stats, pretty reasonable. And Toil and Trouble, just a little bit more stats again. All we have to do is survive, and it looks close. We do have an 80 power Gingerbread Knight there, so it's not that close, but we do wind up tying, but that's fine. A tie I will take. Now it is time to Holy Grail plus Excalibur. Pretty insane stuff here. Wind up picking up a Lordy off the rip, I suppose, and then I find a Burning Beard. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to play trees. We grabbed a free Green Knight off of our hero power, so I will also look to pick up an Empress P as well, and I'm going to pick up Lancelot because why not? At the very least, we get it out of our shops by picking it up. But then I do find an Ashwood Elm, find some more Robin Wood, so going to add those to the board, and then I also pick up a Heartwood Elder, which will allow us to scale this board additionally. Find another Burning Beard. Now I'm going to wind up selling off the Empress P, and I've got 3 Robin Woods. We see a 4th, but I also see another Ashwood Elm and an Echo Wood and another Ashwood Elm and another Echo Wood, so we get to add a ton of stuff to the end of the board. I'm going to wind up benching an Ashwood Elm, not even playing it here, just so that way I can grab a few more passive stats off this Heartwood Elder, and you can see we are quite strong for this stage of the game. We also have our Ashwood Elms dying with Coin of Sharon, giving a little bit more stats, but it's going to be tough to lose from here, and I think that we'll wind up using our Dream spell. I forgot we were the mask, so we've got another chance to dream here, another perchance to dream. Just don't dream into Apocalypse, but I'm just going to wind up dreaming into Pup. I think a little bit more stats could be fine for us here, though. By the end of the turn, I wind up kind of going back on that decision. You'll see why in just a second. We find another Echo Wood. but I'm not even playing the Ashwood Elm that we currently have. And the other thing to note here is that our opponent next turn is Trophy Hunter. So I want to make sure that my front line is as big as we can possibly make it, and so I'm not going to worry about putting the Ashwood Elms in front so that we can support them, because I don't want to give my opponent any opportunity to slay against us. So I'm just going to play 3 backline Ashwood Elms, and I think that this is probably like the best comp that we can be putting together at this point in the game. And I forgot that this Trophy Hunter was messing around with a bunch of Puffs. Pretty cool, though unfortunately they are going to die to the wrath of the trees here. We are just way too strong. Excalibur plus Holy Grail is just, well, insane, as you can see. I pick up some golden chickens for a little bit of additional econ, and now that I'm not running the Heartwood Elder, I'm gonna dream again and get out of Pup the Magic Dragon. And while Goldilocks would be really cool, you'd grab a shop full of upgraded characters. We're already full build. There's nothing I can do with Goldilocks, and Mordred can actually do something. It can allow us to play an additional character, and Medusa is one of the best additional characters that you can throw in to summon off of a Mordred and just grab a scam. If we were to pick up like a tree or something, even a Robin Wood, it wouldn't get those bonuses from the Ashwood Elms at the start of combat. So the best pickups here are going to be scam things. Cupid, Medusa, Pumpkin could still be good at this stage of the game because we're playing all of these upgraded level 6 evil characters. Doesn't matter that they're upgraded. The important part is that they are level 6 evil characters, but we're going to do my opponent in with some trees. Doesn't really matter that we had that bonus Medusa, just kind of some insurance there, and we wind up taking them out. No point in dreaming. I think that we are the best hero that we can be. Actually, I do think that it's probably Mordred as the best possible hero, and the only thing that we can do from here is roll for a Pigomorph, and we find it at the end of the turn. So that will lead us into what is likely to be our final combat. I think that we are pretty strong. Like I said, the game is just over once you have Excalibur plus Holy Grail. So we're going to wind up Pigomorphing my opponent's Oni Tyrant in the back, but there's nothing my opponent can do here. There's no scam that's going to be able to save them, and our trees are just way too big, so we get almost another flawless victory. Oh yeah, it is a flawless 27-point damage swing there because of Mordred. So there you go. Quite a powerful end game board. Like I said, if you watch some of my other videos, I think I put out a Holy Grail video. I think Monday's video was a Holy Grail video, right? 4.1 Holy Grail. I generally play trees when I've got Holy Grail, and especially with Holy Grail, Excalibur, just way too strong to pass up here. But that is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.